in mind is I like to think of it as the credit pie. And so there are 5 things that affect it. The biggest thing, and I think most people take this for granted, 35% of your credit score is affected by your payment history. So how well do you pay for the credit you have? Some like to think that your bills, like your utility bills and things like that, are included in that. It's not. Unless you got to the point where those bills are in collection. I should hope your utility bills aren't in collection. But bills that go in that way, that can then affect it. But if you have credit cards, you have student loans that you're having to pay on, being that you're in school, you don't have to, but you might be earning interest on those. If you have any auto loans, home loans, various things like that, if you have lines of credit that you're paying on, then showing that you're regularly paying for those things is helping this part of your credit score. Being late on those, getting to the point that it's being reported 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, that's when it's starting to bring this piece down. Being that this is 35% of your credit, if you can just always make sure you're paying everything on time, you're not running risk of dipping your score tremendously. The next biggest piece is that amounts owed. So looking at that revolving credit, so any credit cards you have, are you carrying large balances every month? Anybody good about paying those credit cards off every month? A few of us. The next biggest thing is the length of your credit history. And a lot of people don't think about this part of their credit of going, okay, I got my first credit card at, say, 21. But then I found a newer and better credit card, and that's the oldest piece of credit on your history, and you close that credit card. Then it's reducing the length of your current active credit. So taking into account of, is it really worth closing certain lines of credit? Paying off an auto loan, of course that's good. But, paying off a mortgage, but being mindful of the different credit we have and how far it's bringing our credit history back. The last 2 pieces are your types of credit and whether or not you have new credit. New credit, does this bring your score up or down? Initially, it's going to be down. And that's always kind of stinks. You've worked so hard and all of a sudden you've brought it down. But as soon as you start paying on it, that payment history is going to bring it back up. But also that the types of credit you have, showing that you've got a diverse set of credit that you're accessing ends up helping. So do you student loans? Do you have any credit cards? Have you had an auto loan? Have you had a home loan? Looking at any personal loans, things like that. Being wise with the types of credit you get is really important, but having a mixed portfolio for your credit also helps your score. I know some folks, my brother is one where he was hesitant for a long time to get any types of loan, particularly a credit card, because he was afraid he would rack up have these big bills he couldn't pay for. So it's one of those of that balance of needing that diverse package, but also making sure it's what you can pay for.